Hello everyone and welcome to another Cozy Hobbies vlog! Yay! In today's Cozy Hobby vlog, I'm hoping to do some new things later in the day, but to start off, I wanted to do something simple and easy and mindless. It's Saturday morning right now and I have this whole weekend just reserved for doing hobbies. I do have some other things that I need to do, but the number one thing on my to-do list is just cozy hobbies, crafts, fun things, because I am needing it. It has been a really busy couple of weeks and I just need that time to relax and recharge and focus on bringing my energy up again because I have been feeling very exhausted lately. So I am so excited, honestly, I cannot wait. So I want to start off with some coloring because coloring is just the easiest mindless thing to start my day. It's like 8:30 in the morning, so I cannot think of a better way to start the day than have some iced coffee and do a little bit of coloring in my coloring books. I was actually doing some coloring last night and I have been coloring a lot in these ones. I have more by this illustrator, but they are the Lainey Dow coloring books and they are so cute. I'm obsessed with them. It's just like little creatures, like little animals in different houses and stuff, and it's just a lot of fun. Like, I'm obsessed. This one's the same thing, except they don't all have animals. Like a lot of these don't have any animals. What one was I doing last night? Oh, I started with this one, but I didn't finish it. So maybe I'll finish it later. But since I wanted to focus on doing some new things, I thought I would maybe break into one of the coloring books that I have not started with yet. I've got 4 here that I haven't delved into yet. So I have Pocket World by Coco Yo, which is basically like Polly Pocket Worlds. It is so freaking adorable, absolutely obsessed. And then I also have Pocket Room, which is kind of similar, except it's more like, it reminds me of Webkinz, honestly, and like the rooms that you would have in Webkinz. I like these because I find a lot of the coloring books that I have, they are like brown for the most part, and obviously you can color it using whatever. Like I will do very colorful things, but a lot of it calls for a lot of shades of brown and green, and I just don't want to use up all my markers. Like I'm very worried about that. Probably more worried than I should be, but I like these ones because they definitely have the opportunity to be a lot more colorful, so I think those seem fun. Then I also have Glassy World by Coco Yo, which is so freaking cute because it's just like little animals with glass and stuff, and there's also people in there. It's just kind of a mix of everything. There's one with a snail that I'm like absolutely obsessed with, but I love the idea of this. It is very pretty. Big fan of it. But the last one that I have is actually by a different illustrator, and it's Zuoko Publishing. I'm not sure who the illustrator is. They don't like have the actual illustrator name, which is unfortunate because I know that there's a couple, but this one is just by the one illustrator, and this is also tiny animals doing things and in different environments, but these are a little bit more of like realistic tiny animals rather than the other ones that I have are more cartoony. So this one is kind of like a fun change, you know? But I kind of think that I want to delve into either Pocket World or Pocket Room. I'm not really sure which one, so I'll do a little flip through and then I'll decide. But I thought it seemed like fun to do some coloring in one of the new books that I have. I'm excited for today. Honestly, I am just needing time to decompress. I can't wait. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one. It is so cute. This is from Pocket World, but it is a little mushroom house with all these little mushroom thing, like furniture and stuff. I'm obsessed with it. So I think I might move to the couch just to get a little bit cozy. finished with my drawing. Look at how cute it is. I just love it. I do wish I had more pastel markers, but I can't find like pastel washable markers anywhere. I just dropped all of the pages that I use. And by pages I mean the ones that I put behind the back of when I'm coloring. But I'm so happy with this. It's so freaking cute. But yeah, I just wish I had more pastels and more like light colors, because I feel like I'm always reaching for the same colors for like background stuff because I don't want it to be too dark. I don't know. If you have any recommendations for like washable pastels, please let me know, because I picked some up at a like discount store around me, but I don't like them because they like make the paper rough, if that makes sense. Basically, they like cause it to pill when you're coloring, which is really irritating. I can deal with bleed through, but I don't like that it causes the paper to pill. So I'm downstairs at my little craft shelf here because I wanted to pick something to do. I've been doing a lot of amigurumi and I kind of would like to do that, but I think I need to take a little bit of a break from it because I was doing it all yesterday. Like I'm building or making, I guess, a flamingo right now, but my hands are so dry from doing that. So another thing that I was maybe going to do today is I have some like, these are kind of my miscellaneous crafts in here. So I have a little needle felting kit, but I kind of feel like I should take a break from stuff with my hands. Maybe later I'll do that. I have this little engraving kit here that I could maybe do later. That might be fun. That's something different. I have no idea how you go about that. But I think number one, what I want to do is break out this diamond art kit. There's definitely other stuff, like I have a punch needle kit too that I haven't started with yet, but I'm thinking for sure the diamond art kit is what I want to start with. The other thing that I could possibly do today is the polymer clay stuff that I have, but I think that's going to be a little bit more intensive, if you will, and complicated, so we'll see how I'm feeling. Let's start with this. I'm probably going to watch something while I start the diamond art because I kind of want something just mindless, but I was listening to my audiobook while I was doing my coloring. So I started with Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers by Jessica Sutanto, which is super cute and funny so far. Like I literally just started it while I was doing that, but it is really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. I have literally marker all over my hands, so I really need to give them a good scrub. But I did want to show you the amigurumi that I've been working on. So this is the flamingo so far. I did not do a very good job of joining the head and the body because I don't know how to sew, so I find the sewing parts really difficult, but she is really cute. So I have to do, it's kind of interesting, like this Skillshare course really goes from 0 to 100 because you go doing like just a circle with like the mane around it, and then this one you have literally 6 different parts that you have to do. So it's not like, it's interesting and I'm liking it. I just feel like maybe there could have been a go-between in between these two because it is really jumping up in level of difficulty. But yeah, I don't think I can do that today because my thumbs and everything just cracking. But I am going to get comfy on the couch to start my diamond art. I actually might need to do it at the dining room table again, I'm thinking, because I think the dogs disrupt things. We'll see. Okay, let's see what we have in here. I feel so tired today. I don't know why. I mean, it is still early, like it's only 10 in the morning, but I feel exhausted. These are kind of smaller than I thought. I don't know what I was expecting, but they're quite small. It definitely does tell you the dimensions on it, but I don't read that stuff. So I know diamond art is really popular and a lot of people love it. I think that I will just stick with these small ones. Like I don't think that I would enjoy doing a big diamond art canvas or whatever, but I can see myself liking this maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Obviously the kit that I have is mushrooms. So we have this one, a little pink one, this little orange one, a classic red one, a green one, and then these little blue and purple ones. I'm not sure which one I want to start with. Did I start with the classic? I feel like I should maybe start with the classic. We have a real mushroom theme going on today, actually. I didn't even realize that. I just love mushrooms and snails. I think they are the cutest things ever. Like that cottagecore vibe that's going around right now. Big fan of it. Which I say I'm not cottagecore because like obviously there are parts of cottagecore that I'm not. But I forget where I was like, I don't know. I forget where I was reading about what cottagecore is, but it was saying how it's like about enjoying the simple things in life and moving slowly. I forget what the exact definition was, but I felt like it was definitely something that I identified more with. I'm just like not, you know, living in a cottage. I live in suburbia and I'm not like gathering my own things, or I don't know, those little things I'm not really doing, but whatever. Got instructions: peel back the protected film, find the packet with the corresponding letter from here, pour the gems into the tray provided here, press the head of the stylus, which has actually a nice grip on it, that's good, but you press that into the wax several times before picking up your gem. Pick it up on the faceted side and stick it down. It seems easy enough, and I've heard that it's pretty mindless and easier. I think my one worry is that I will get frustrated with like it not picking up or how small it is, especially because like in the morning this happens because I have coffee, and I only have one coffee for this reason, but I already have the shakes pretty badly. So even when I was coloring in my coloring book this morning, I don't stay in the lines because I just can't, because my hands are not really stable. What are these little things for? Is it for putting the extra gems in, I guess? I don't know. Well, I'm going to wash my hands to hopefully get the marker off, and then I guess we'll get started. I'll spare you the footage of me struggling because the only thing I was having trouble with was just getting the wax on the stylus. I don't know why, but eventually I obviously got it. But yeah, at first I was not really relaxing with this, but eventually it did become very relaxing and mindless. Finished with my first one. I think it turned out well, and I did end up enjoying it. It was definitely like very mindless once you get going because you're just matching there, but it took me a while. I don't know why I was having so much trouble getting the wax on the stylus. I don't understand why that was such a struggle. And then the other thing that I noticed is that they don't give really enough bags for the bags that you might have open. So now, like when I'm choosing the next one, I'm going to have to see what uses what I have open because I don't really have any baggies left, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I don't really love that, so I might have to get some like bigger bags, but it was a lot of fun and I think it did turn out really cute. I like it a lot and I enjoyed how just mindless it was. So I don't know if I will do another one later. We shall see, but I do have something weighing on my mind, which is the fact that the house is an absolute mess. I have not done a very good job of keeping up with keeping it tidy, so I am going to take a little bit of a hobbies break. Like, I feel like I had a fun and relaxing morning, but I think I will feel a lot better and able to focus more on just relaxing and enjoying the hobbies that I want to try out if the house is clean and my to-do list is kind of checked off. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to focus on that. Before I came up here and started tidying, I decided to do a little journal prompt and a meditation because I've been meaning to do that for a few days and I haven't gotten to it, and I feel very heavy right now. This obviously isn't really the topic of the video, but I'm just going to be emptying out my upstairs basket here, which also is long overdue while we're talking, but this does kind of go along with what I've been talking about because I did a journal prompt and a meditation focused on healing your inner child, and I feel like that is something that I struggle with a lot, like the idea of the inner child, and it's definitely something that, like, even just thinking about it, I feel emotional and like I'm gonna cry, to be entirely honest. But it's something that I've kind of like kept at bay because I feel like it's what, like, whenever I try to think about what I'm feeling and everything and what happened, like what kind of caused my mental health struggles, I feel like I'm always like, I don't know. Like, I had a really good childhood, my parents are amazing, but there definitely also is trauma there that I have just kept far away from me, and it's almost like I'm like disconnecting from it. But I feel like it's kind of a self-preservation thing, but it's definitely something that I really have a hard time with. Like, I don't know, it makes me feel like so many feelings that I kind of am like, nope, and try to turn that switch off. But I did a pretty like gentle, I would say, sort of reflection and everything. Like, the journal prompts weren't anything too extreme, but it's definitely something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, because one of the ways that I feel like I am actually like healing my inner child is by allowing myself to be creative again. A lot of the journal prompts were talking about like, what did you enjoy doing as a child? What were your favorite things? And I realized so much of my favorite things had to do with taking time to use my imagination and be creative, being outside all the time, riding my bike all around, exploring, just having this curiosity that I at some point lost, and I don't really know when that happened. I feel like it's hard for me to think about because I think about like all the years that I spent just caring about what other people think of me and being so horrible to myself. And it just makes me really sad that I wasn't able to be kind to myself. And like, for example, not to get like too deep, but to focus more on the kind of creativity thing, I just loved drawing, I loved art, I loved anything like that that just allowed me to use my imagination and be creative. And at some point I just felt like I couldn't do it because I wasn't maybe the best at it, or I wasn't talented at it, and I felt like I should focus, like I should let people who are actually talented at that do that. And for some reason I felt like the only things that I should put time into are things that I can use in the future in my career. Like, I didn't really leave time for hobbies or just enjoyment. And over the past couple of months I've focused so much on bringing that back again, and it's just like such a weight off. But I still feel heavy right now because I'm just thinking of all the time that I spent not allowing myself to do that, all the potential that I maybe had. Something like crochet, I never would have, I always had the mindset, oh, I can't do that. And that's not true. Like, it's just something that I don't know how to do yet. Like, everyone learns. There's no one who is just naturally talented at things. You need to like follow what you enjoy and do that. And then if you want to try and like be successful at it, then the kind of talent thing or like learning can come after. But you also don't have to do something because you're good at it. You can just do it because you enjoy it. And I feel like that's something that I've struggled so much to realize in the past. So I just did not enjoy things. Like, writing is something that I feel like, it seems weird to say, but it holds a lot of trauma for me right now, kind of. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know I have been a writer my whole life. I've loved writing, but I kept myself from doing it because I put so much pressure on it. And I haven't written in a while now because I had an agent and I was on submission and I ended up being rejected. And I know people get rejected. Like, I know that there are very famous books that were rejected multiple times. It just, for me, and I think maybe it has to do with ADHD and rejection sensitivity, it was like my whole world was like crashing down around me and I could not comprehend. I could not, I felt like I failed everyone. I felt like I failed myself. I felt like I failed myself as a kid. Like, it's just, it's something that is so hard for me to deal with, but I feel like I'm slowly getting back to a point where I would like to start writing again, but like, I don't want to write with the expectation that I'm going to go on submission and try and get published. I want to just write because it's something that I enjoy doing, and write like not worried about what other people are thinking, just because it really allows me to exercise my imagination, which is something that I just loved. And like, completely all of the connecting things basically when I was doing those journal prompts was like, I love using my imagination and exploring and being curious. but I feel like that's something that's kind of hard to do in your adult life and hard to add into. So I feel like the way that makes sense the most for me to add imagination back is to allow myself to write again. I don't know, it was basically very interesting and I kind of wanted to talk it out, which is why we are chatting about it now. But it did, like, I feel like in the long run it is something that is definitely going to make me feel better. It's just right now I'm kind of just like sitting with those feelings of disappointment, and obviously like you can't live with regret, but at the same time it's very sad. Like I feel like I've just lived a lot of my life trying to meet other people's expectations and never really considering what my own expectations are of myself, which is something that hurts, you know? Like obviously when people ask me like what I want, who I am, like all those kind of questions, obviously I don't really know an answer because I've spent so much of my life trying to emulate what I felt like other people wanted from me and what I admired in other people, but maybe in a negative way. I don't know, it's just very fascinating. But all in all, this is to say, like, I think reflection like this is important. I think it's important when you're doing that reflection to be kind to yourself. Like as much as I am disappointed, I'm not like beating myself up about it. I'm like, that's unfortunate, but like look at everything that you're doing now. Like look at how happy you are because of all the creativity that you are adding back in. Like you're starting to heal too. Like this is kind of, it feels like step one on a deeper healing journey, which I've been on a major healing journey the past while, but it genuinely does feel like a step to like kind of healing the things that I feel like I have not been able to touch. And they probably can't fully be healed without therapy, but I have not been able to find a therapist, so I'm trying to do my best on my own. But that was a lot. That was a lot to unpack for just a cozy hobby vlog, but I just kind of wanted to take a second to talk about it. It might be something that I'll do in like a whole video on in the future, who knows, but for now I'm going to continue with cleaning and probably just kind of like think about things a little bit more and maybe cry a little bit, who knows. Just ignore the humidifier behind me, but upstairs is totally clean and tidy. I do need to fold the laundry and put it away, but I wanted to focus on just getting the whole house in shape. And I knew it wouldn't really take that long because it's just kind of things that I haven't really put away over the past little bit that I just need to put away quickly. Like they all have a home, which is good. But now I'm going to focus on the main floor here. So the kitchen, I have to empty the dishwasher, which the dishwasher is always just very annoying for me, but I need to empty the dishwasher, get another couple of loads going, and then I'm going to just kind of reset the space how I would at the end of the night. Even though I'm going to very quickly like start using it again, I think that getting to a base level will feel really good, and then I'll be able to focus on more having fun. I know we've kind of gotten away from the hobby thing a little bit, but I mean, I can't just dedicate an entire day to hobbies as much as I would like to. I do have some kind of chore stuff that I need to do, and I started off the day completely with just doing hobbies and fun things, so I'm feeling okay about it. To be fair, the whole point of today and like spending the whole day doing hobbies was to be able to like just turn my brain off and relax, and it's hard to relax when literally like the spaces that I'm doing the hobbies in are a complete mess. So I think that this is for the best. I took a little bit of a brief detour because I had to go and get coffee sweeteners, but while I was out, look what I found. Pastels! I'm so excited. I haven't swatched them yet or anything, so I'm not sure like what the color is like, but I'm hoping that it's brand new colors. I don't know if it's just like a collection of colors that are like included in previous ones, which is what it might be, but it still would be nice to have like a lot of them. So I'm super pumped about these. I need pastels. That's what I was looking for. So coloring wasn't my initial plan, but I kind of want to color a little bit just to test them out, but we'll see. I brought up a couple of other things that I could work on. So I have this right here, which is kind of the first thing that I'm inclined to pick up because I've been waiting to make this to like do it in a video. This is a 3D puzzle storybook lamp for Alice in Wonderland. I got this for Christmas from my sister and it looks really cool. So we might build that. I also brought up my yarn because I kind of want to make the wings for my flamingo, but I know I should wait. And then I brought up the little needle felting kit that I have. But I think that I want to try and do this first, and then after that I will do a little bit of coloring just to see what the pastels are like. I really hope that they're different. Like I know that for sure, like that yellow I've never seen, but looking at the names on the back, some of them seem similar, but it's always, you know, it's good to have, okay? Because it's hard to tell since the lids never really match what the actual color is. I'm hopeful. They were buy one get one 50% off, so I actually got 2 packs, so fingers crossed. I actually didn't want to wait, so I'm just gonna swatch them now. There's only 20, it won't take long. Okay, that's pretty pastel. Yeah, that's definitely something I don't have and will use often. Cool, cool, excited. These are working. This is what I was want. Oh yeah, look at that yellow. Oh my God. I'm not doing this very pretty because I'm just doing it for myself, but oh, these are perfect. Yay. That one looks like a color that I have, but I can always use more greens because so many of my coloring books have like a bunch of plants on them, and I love that, but it means that my greens run out really quickly. Like I wish that they sold a pack of just green. Oh, nice. I feel like the purples never look like the lid and they're always dark. These are dark, but they aren't as dark. Like that one's pretty light and it actually looks like it's the darkest. Like explain that. I don't understand it. That one looks purpley too. How interesting. Yes. That one's dark again and kind of looks like something that I have, but here's the last one. Oh, fun. These are great. Here are the swatches up close if you wanted to see them. They're not very good, but it kind of gives you an idea. I'm sure you can like look up a video and find someone who actually did a good job swatching them. I put away the little wooden puzzle because it's just requiring too much dexterity and too much thought right now. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun and it looks really cool and like it won't be like too complicated, but it also definitely is giving vibes of like IKEA furniture a little bit, and I'm just getting too frustrated with it, so can't deal right now. I'm kind of in the mood where like I don't really know what I'm wanting to do. So instead of coloring, I think I'm going to draw a little bit on Procreate. I've been taking this Skillshare course. It's just like how to draw kawaii animals, I think is what it's called. And I've been enjoying that a lot. So I think I'm gonna pick that up again, draw a little bit, and then I will probably color, or I might actually make another one of my mushrooms because I did enjoy that this morning. I also have all of tomorrow to do hobby things, so like, it's fine. Grocery store, I decided to do groceries because usually like my weekly routine has been to do groceries on Sunday, and my idea was to go first thing in the morning, but I never feel like going first thing in the morning, and then because I have burlesque at like 7, I only have a shorter window of time and I don't want to go when it's really busy. It just makes me super anxious, so I'm not interested in that. So I just was like, what if I went on Saturdays? Maybe I should try that out. And I was like, I'll go on Saturdays at like dinner time or a little bit later. So it's like almost 7 and I just got back. I probably left at around 6-ish or like 10 to 6, and let me tell you, it was dead. Like, it was so ideal because there was no one there, because everyone has a social life and they were, you know, going about their social life thing. So I think I might try and rework my schedule to go on Saturdays, because that is making the most sense to me right now. But I'm glad that groceries are done. That's like one less thing that I have to worry about. Before I left, I was listening to my audiobook. I just really wanted to listen to it. I'm enjoying it a lot. The main character, and you're getting a few perspectives, but the character who's like narrating it, Vera Wong, is just a real pleasure to read. So I'm liking it a lot. But I just started coloring in, I'll show you. I started coloring in Pocket Room. So I started with this one and haven't finished it, and then, oh god, I do that every single time, and every single time I'm surprised. And then I did this one as well. But I think honestly I might call it a night in terms of like doing hobbies and stuff, because I'm just kind of wanting to chill and relax and not really do anything for the rest of the night. I might end up coloring, I'm not really sure, but I don't want to really do anything that requires a ton of brain power. I will have to import all this footage though to see how long this is, to see if I'm going to do a second vlog tomorrow or just continue the same one, but I'll let you know later. I clearly entirely forgot to let you know later, so here I am many days later saying that that was all. So I ended up filming a reading vlog the next day, which will be out before this video, so I'll link that down below for you guys. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm having a really fun time doing all of these vlogs, so plan on seeing more of those. But I will see you guys in another new video very, very soon. Bye!